Whew! Busy times of real estate. Not even summer yet. I know I'm hot. I'm on fire. I'm busy. I got listings. I got escrows. Patricia Castillo's got listings. We got Shannon the lender here. Welcome to our home buyer seminar Wednesday, 5 p.m. Okay, we're a little late, but we do this at 5 p.m. generally on time, and we live stream this on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and X, and Rumble, and any place else we can get it done for free. Uh, Shannon the lender, what's up?
How's it going, guys? Yeah, everything's
Better to
good.
have you here.
Amazing.
What's going on in the real estate market from your end?
I mean, right now rates are obviously maintaining where they're at. Obviously, they dipped a little bit last week. I know when we talked, and actually, I found an article on Market Watch that pretty much stated that mortgage rates fall to the lowest levels in a month, but home buyers are still feeling the pressure with these high prices. So it didn't seem to really lower prices too much, even with these rates maintaining where they're at. People are still seeing, those high prices. So and then also I saw another article with
Well,
Wall
hold on,
Street
hold
Journal.
on. Let's break that one down because I think, we're in the business, but people watching may or may not be. What you said was even the rates came down, the buyers who waited and got lower rates may not pay less because while they're waiting for prices to go down, the price of the house went up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so I think
exactly.
that's a point where if you're in the escrow right now, if you were buying a house and had locked your rate, this is great news. But if your buyer just starting, the train kind of left. Yes, rates are lower, the price is a little bit higher. And so that's why we tell people you can't take advantage of something if you're not prepared.
Exactly. I think following up to our last point in last week's show, which now it's the proof is in the pudding. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had quite a few buyers come through my open house last weekend. I would say maybe 40% of them lived in the same community as this listing. And in that community, there's one story residences and then there's two story. So there were a few, older people that wanted to downsize and get into a one story. And even though they went through the home buying process years ago when they bought their current residence, things have changed since then. So I was doing a home buyer workshop at the listing for a lot of the residents that live there and just giving them information on how to get started and how important it is to be prepared, because in their case they would need to sell first and then buy. I did have some other buyers that came through that were renting, and so they didn't need to sell, but nonetheless they still need to get out of the rental contract and then get prepared and start getting their financials together and things like that. So it's really important to make sure you have access to that. Sometimes people change bank accounts, and that could be a challenge to go and dig up a bank statement from a few months ago if you ended up changing your new checking account to a different bank. So those are things that people may not be aware of, and it's really important to, if you're paperless, keep track of those statements so that you can have access to them when you do need them, because you never know, you may be looking for a home in the near future and need to access your financials. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, make sure you have everything available.
Okay. So, and I think that again, you're echoing the be prepared statement, right? So,
Mhm.
towards that though, once somebody sends you statements, Shannon, and gets pre approved or pre qualified, how long is it before you need to update the bank statements? Do you immediately every month need the most recent ones? Obviously, if 3 or 4 months go by, they'll need to update the file. So, how do you manage that task? How long is that pre approval good for?
That's a good question. The pre-approval is good for as long as the credit is good. So in terms, if you are getting pre-qualified and if you've already, got a lender that said, stamped you and gave you that pre-approval letter, one, make sure that you're not taking on any new debt. That's a big thing. Make sure you're not applying for any new installment loans. You're not checking your credit again with other things. Obviously, a misconception is that you have to, if you get dinged with one lender, you can't go to another one. Well, the credit bureaus are a little bit more forgiving if you're checking your credit with a same line of work. So if you're checking getting a mortgage and you're obviously shopping around, which is totally fine, you're okay. But if you're checking your credit with a car, and then you're trying to get a mortgage and doing this and that, the bureaus are going to ding you a lot for that. So make sure you don't get your credit checked too many times, especially in different arenas. If you're opening up, and I had a client told me, oh, well, I want to open up this new credit card. They have a new promotion. Can I do it? And the answer
No.
is no.
No.
Yeah,
No,
don't do it.
do not do it. Can I co-sign for someone? No. While you're buying a house,
Yeah.
make sure to keep your credit clean. And I had some people that say, hey, I use my credit cards for all my purchases. That's fine, but make sure to pay off all that amount before the statement date is due. So that's one. Number two, how long is this good for? I would say anywhere from 60 to 90 days is good. And then if we wait too long, then we might have to repull your credit. Another thing too, you made a good point. My bank statements. Yes, make sure to give your lender the updated pay stubs and bank statements every month, and make sure you're not making any major movements in your bank account. Because again, once you get into escrow on a property, even all the way throughout escrow, the lender will ask for updated bank statements all the way up until you close. They'll even ask for a transaction history. So don't think just because your bank doesn't give out the new statement, until the 1st or the 15th or the 12th, that you're scot-free. They will ask you for what's called a transaction history, and get a transaction history of, whatever gap that is. So once you get pre-approved, you kind of got to, we're pre-approving you based on a snapshot of what we saw on those documents. So that means if the snapshot is different, once we get into escrow, there could be some major problems. So make sure, to avoid some of those pitfalls.
Whoever was rich said the key to success was getting promo bank credit card rates or discounts on credit cards at retailers. Now, it's cute to get it. Last week I bought a new barbecue. We need a new barbecue. We barbecue a lot. We live in Los Angeles. We have a nice backyard. We have our family over. So we spent some money, went to Lowe's, and the salesman was great and got a great barbecue. And of course, you want to get a Lowe's card. I've never had a Lowe's card. I don't generally get any other card. And I asked myself the question, am I buying a house in the next 6 months? Because I'm going to get that statement. I'm going to pay it in full. I'm never going to use it again. And I said, no, I am an escrow on a property, but we're not closing that quick. And the financing it's already set up. So, but for those of you buying houses, you're not saving money by getting that promo card while you're buying a house. I can't tell me escrow I've seen fall apart because people bought their appliances before they closed escrow. You got time. Just buy like nothing, like buy beans and rice until you close escrow. Then buy whatever you want. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but I just feel like we get caught into these credit things. And I used to really be into different cards for each gas company and every retailer. And I realized that so many, they didn't send me the statement, or I lost the statement and I got a late fee plus a charge. And that was a whole year's worth of savings on that gas card. So certainly if you're shopping for a house or in escrow to buy a house, just buy like nothing, no credit, no 90 days same as cash, nothing for the new house until you close escrow. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
100%.
People get excited. They start looking for patio sets, and we're going to need a lawnmower, and we're going to need a water hose, and
great
dining table. And so they start shopping before the escrow's closed, and they get stuck on that promotional, buy now, don't make any payments for 6 months, or waive the interest for 6 months. So
that's great. And I think the day you close escrow, go out to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy whatever you want. And these days, unlike in years past when I was young, you picked out the lawnmower you want, it would be shipped to you in 2 or 3 weeks. They didn't have it in stock, or you bought one stock you didn't really want. Nowadays, they're all available in delivery in 2 days. Everything is like a day or two delivery for free. There's no reason why you need to buy anything until you close escrow. It's just a jinx. It's work. It's a potential problem. It can cost you thousands of dollars, if not more, tens of thousands of dollars, if you break your lock over it, or you have to pay a higher fee because of it. It's just there's nothing good. Please.
And another thing too is gift funds. I've been running into this a lot. If you have a family member that's gifting you money for, your purchase of their house, which is totally fine, make sure to consult with your lender, because some people want to just, transfer it in my bank, or, give me the cash. And those funds need to be sourced. A lot of the times people don't understand that. So if you're having a family member that's going to gift you funds, the best way to do it is for them to actually do it directly through escrow. That's actually the cleanest way to do it. A lot of people say, they're going to transfer me the funds. It's like, well, I'm going to still need their bank statements. I still need a source where they're getting their money from. And it needs to be in there for at least 2 months. Mm-hmm. So again, if you're looking at getting funds gifted to you, that's totally fine. But the cleanest way to do it is for them to pay it directly in escrow, because regardless, we're going to need a paper trail. So if we transfer it to your bank account, then to escrow, that's just more paperwork, more questions that they're going to ask. So the cleanest way is get the statement, or have that person send the lender the bank statement to show that the funds are there. You sign a gift letter, and then after that, you just, boom, send it directly to escrow. You don't even have to send it to that person. And it's probably even cleaner for you that way as well. So that's another thing to really look out for. I'm seeing that a lot now.
Yeah. And the gift funds need to come from the person who signed the gift letter and gave the proof of funds. Right. And it's common in some cultures, people take different names, or they have a name legally and a name socially. I have a employee at one of my companies where her grandmother passed. So even her name is one thing, everybody calls her by her deceased grandmother's name to honor the grandmother. Mm-hmm. And then she got married. She still uses her maiden name. But legally, she has a different first name and a different last name. So if she goes to give gift funds, it's just not going to work unless the gift letter's in the name of her legal name that matches the proof of funds, and however she sends it to escrow. So
yeah.
All the paper trail needs to add up. All the dots need to connect, and everything needs to be the same as far as the name, where the money's coming from, and make sure all the information lines up.
Exactly. And even, I'm seeing gift funds. I'm seeing a lot of people pulling it from their 401ks, which was totally fine. Again, we just need a paper trail of that. And another thing too, that I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys seen this, where people are taking out of their 401ks, but there's a payment, they have to repay that back. And there's going to be a monthly payment that they're going to need to make every month. And that also needs to be factored in. So, if you're looking at pulling from your 401k, it is possible. Just consult with the lender first. And even crypto, in the conventional banks, they'll accept crypto. The only thing is with that crypto, you need to take it out of your bank account first. And then those funds can be pretty much used. So a lot of different ways people are making down payments. They're all possible, but please do not make a move until you consult with a lender, because it could end up biting you in the butt later on.
Then we have to go into damage control mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
Not at all.
That's not
Not
pretty.
at
It's
all.
just not. We would want to avoid that if we can. And so the key is to plan that ahead. And I think also the fact that these problems come up is why it's so important to have a lender up front, because as a listing agent, primarily, I'm asking the buyer's agent questions. And if there's a gift fund, it's like, well, what's the plan? How are you doing this? And if they're like, well, no, there's, send them a check. Whoa. Because a check has to clear and the funds, and, let's stop for a second. If we're going to do this, let's have a clear game plan. Is the donor going to send the money to escrow? Are they going to do it by a wire transfer? Are they going to do it by check? They need enough time for the check to clear. Some escrows will tell you it takes 7 to 10 days to clear funds. Now, I think that's nonsense, but that's what they'll tell you, and you're stuck with those rules. So let's make sure we have a clear game plan, and your offer should reflect that game plan, because you can't save money on buying a house unless you buy the house, right?
Exactly. And everything's going to come out too. A lot of people think if they don't tell me, it's not going to come out. So, I'm on your side. Your lender and your agent should be on your side. Disclose everything. Let me know, hey, this is everything that's going on. I had a client that co-signed on an installment loan. It didn't show up on their credit, but the bank found out somehow. And it's like, oh my God, now we got to play damage control, like you said. And it's like, if you just would have told me this up front, I would have been able to factor this in. So yeah, pretty much disclose as much as you can, for sure.
So disclosing. We're going to disclose my listing.
Nice. Let's do it.
Your latest listing.
Yes.
It seems like, I don't know, anybody else who's watching the show, aren't you just bored hearing Patricia talk about her new listings? It's like every single week, my new listing, my this listing. I don't know, just exhausting.
I made a video yesterday on social media that I thought I would share here because, a lot of real estate agents, they're posting sold, just listed, open house, but what happens in between from the just listed to the sold, right? There's a whole journey that goes into listing the property, marketing the property, getting it sold. And sometimes there's problems that come up that you just don't really see online, right? People, realtors don't really publish that too much, but the listing I closed yesterday in San Bernardino fell out of escrow 3 times. The first time there was a wholesaler trying to wholesale the property, so we canceled them.
Wow.
The second buyer was so excited to buy the property, and you found it. They were so excited to buy the property, and they their employer sent them an email saying that their hours were being reduced and the overtime was being taken away. And so then they were not able to qualify for the loan anymore. So they canceled. The third one, they were trying to get a loan with a credit union where they were offering them like $800 as a one-time flat fee to do the loan. They really didn't end up qualifying for the loan. And so the credit union actually pulled out and they said, we're not, we can't do the loan anymore for $800. That promotion went away. We can't do it. So the buyer was trying to find a new lender. And so we ended up canceling them. The fourth buyer actually had the highest price out of the last 3 with no seller concessions, no credits. And my seller is 73 years old. So this was her nest egg, and she was driving out of state to her new home when I called her to let her know that we were closed and recording confirmed. And she was excited to get her money and, start her new life in a different state. So things can get really challenging sometimes, but it's really important to stay calm, level-headed, and, find the solutions for your clients because problems definitely come up in this business all the time.
Yeah. When people say to me, the loans to a credit union, I just cringe. And I love credit unions. I think they're great.
I've had loans with credit unions and they've gone perfectly fine for myself. I've had great experiences with credit unions. But yes, it's definitely something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations on another listing sold by Patricia Castillo. I'm just exhausted counting all of them off.
Oh, stop.
And then you have San Dimas. You have open house in San Dimas. Did we talk about that yet?
This one, no, that's the one I wanted to showcase today.
Okay, so we talked about we talked about your closed listing in Phelan. Now we're going to talk about your open listing in San Dimas.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have all your listings covered?
So this is a planned unit development, also known as a PUD, a PUD, and this property is a 2-bedroom. It's a 1-story, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. What's nice about it is that it's been updated. It has newer paint and nice plank flooring. And it's really light and bright inside. So there's a lot of storage space. It has a detached 2-car garage. But the setting where the property is located at, that community, it's right down the street from Raging Waters on San Dimas and Arrow Highway. And it's very mountainous. There's a lot of trails there to go walking, hiking. But even in the community itself, there's private walkways where you can go take a leisure walk after work. And it's a really, really nice place. So this property is listed at $620,000. It has beautiful chandeliers in the dining, kitchen, and bedroom. And those are staying. The refrigerator is also staying. And the fireplace works. So It's a really nice home for the right buyers. So I'm having an open house this weekend from 12 to 4 p.m. and the address is 212 San Luis Rey Drive in San Dimas. And so I'd love for anybody that's in the area to stop by and
Yes.
see us. I think you're going to join me, right, Shannon, on Saturday?
Yes, I'll be there Saturday from 12 to 2. So if you guys have any lending questions, I'll definitely be there. And we did verify, you can go FHA with this. Then that means, there's possibility for down payment assistance. You can go conventional. There's a lot of different programs that can help you qualify for this, for this property. So yeah, we'll definitely be there. Any questions, this is your opportunity to come. And if you like it, we can get you qualified, or, if you're not already, which is totally fine, and get you going on this property, within 24 hours of after seeing it. So that's
yeah, I think it's a really good entry point for a first-time home buyer.
Yeah.
With the price being at $620. There is an HOA fee, which is $338. It does include maintenance and upkeep of the exterior and the pool. There is a pool area. There's a clubhouse. There's also RV parking on the community grounds. And if anybody has a third car, there is parking for a third car as well. So it's a really great community, good price point, and very low HOAs. I've seen some HOAs that are, in the 450 range, 100 range, especially areas like Santa Clarita, Valencia. Some of them, might even have 2 HOA fees, but this one has 1. It's $338 a month, and they really maintain the property very well. As soon as you walk in, you hear the birds chirping away in the trees, and there's a lot of trees there, very lush landscaping. So it's a really beautiful community and very quiet. It's very quiet.
The kitchen's pretty lush.
What's that?
The kitchen's pretty lush.
The kitchen is lush, yes.
Yeah.
So my seller loves plants. She has plants throughout the home, and it just really brings a lot of life and character to the unit. It's a really nice place to live. And it's a corner unit, so you don't have a neighbor on one side. And there's plenty of guest parking throughout the community as well. Very spacious 2-car garage. So come and see me 12 to 4 Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I'd love to see you guys.
Patricia Castillo, live and in person at the open house, Saturday, May 25th. My brother's birthday, by the way.
Oh, really?
PM. Yeah. And then my daughter's anniversary is Memorial Day, so a big weekend for us.
Awesome.
12 to 4 p.m. Saturday, or you can probably, I'm guessing, if you reach out to Patricia, I'm guessing she can get you a private showing. I'm just guessing.
I could, and I will. And I think I'm even going to do a raffle to make it even, more fun on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. So if you do show up, mention my name. Just kidding. Yes. Okay. Hey, I know I'm running late because my grandson just called, so I got to wrap things up here. We started a little late.
I see you all giddy because your grandson's around.
I know. I have to admit.
Yes.
But I told him I had a more important thing here. I'm on call with you guys and those of you watching online. Hey, those of you watching online, feel free to have questions. Drop them here in the chat while we're online, and we'll answer them live. And then afterwards as well, we'll get back to you on that. Final, let's wrap up here. Shannon, any last words? Real estate's hot. It's even summertime. It's hot here in my market. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm seeing more applications come in. People are getting ready. They're kind of already getting getting over, hey, our rate's going to do this or that. They're already over the shell shock, and they're applying. So next week, I know you guys got to go, but next week I do have some notes here on 3 ways you can lower your monthly payment even with a high interest rate. So we'll talk a little bit about that next week. But again, guys, if you guys are looking to buy, now is the time. It's always, the best time to plant a tree would have been 10 years ago. The second best time is today.
That's right.
Look at you with the ancient Chinese sayings. Very nice. Okay, Patricia, last words.
So come and see me at the open house on Saturday and Sunday. I'd love to see you guys. And if you have any questions, it would be a great time to talk with the lender in person, have a little private chat as well. So we'll have some refreshments and a raffle, and I'd love to see everybody.
Whoa. Refreshments.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold on. That's a whole ball game. Okay. Well,
yes.
You guys show up to see what they are, I guess. And I am Bill Gross, and this is our home buyer seminar we do every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Sometimes, like today, we're a little late. Sometimes we're a little early. But, we're here, And we're here to help you every day. So reach out if I can help you, or Patricia can help you, or Shan can help you. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.